Welcome back to the podcast playground. Our newest podcast is The Best Podcast.
Join Jay Carter and me, Vida Best, on The Best Podcast, where the dynamic duo brings you their insider secrets to everything wonderful.
Known for their discerning taste, The Best Family has critiqued the finest in entertainment, technology, and lifestyle.
Now Jay and me dive deep into the top 5 everything, from the latest cell phones to affordable wines that won't break the bank.
So tell a friend, you've found The Best Podcast,
where every recommendation is a gem waiting to be uncovered. Tune in weekly for your dose of excellence.
We're diving into AI this time, and specifically how it can help you level up your podcasting workflow.
Yeah, it's really interesting to see how much more specialized AI is becoming, especially for podcasting. There are so many tools now that are designed to tackle the specific challenges that creators like you are facing every single day. Exactly.
And that's what we want to uncover today. What are the best tools specifically for podcasters? So to get started, maybe we could lay out some of the common pain points. You know, what are some of the things that podcasters run into? Like everything from brainstorming episode ideas, finding guests, to like the nitty-gritty of recording, editing, and promoting your show.
Yeah, I think you're spot on. It's like identifying those pain points is key. Then we can see which tools offer the most effective solutions. So for example, if you're spending hours transcribing interviews, an AI-powered transcription tool could be a lifesaver.
Totally. Now, 2 of the articles, we tested 50-plus AI productivity tools, and the best AI productivity tools in 2025 both highlight ChatGPT and Claude as powerful AI assistants. I've been using ChatGPT for a while now, and it's been super helpful for brainstorming episode topics, refining my scripts, and even generating code from my website.
It really is incredible how versatile ChatGPT is. But what I think is so fascinating about Claude 3.5, which is mentioned in the 2025 article, is the speed and the more recent knowledge cutoff. That means that it's been trained on more up-to-date information, which I think is super crucial in the fast-paced world of podcasting.
Yeah, that recent knowledge cutoff could be a game changer. Imagine being able to ask Claude about the latest trends in podcasting, or get insights on emerging listener preferences. You know it could help you stay ahead of the curve and create content that really resonates with your audience.
Exactly. But it is important to note that while these AI assistants are powerful, they're not perfect. The We Tested 50-Plus AI Productivity Tools article cautions that ChatGPT can sometimes generate inaccurate information or even fabricate sources. And from my own experience, Claude's free version has message limits, which can be pretty frustrating if you're working on a complex task.
Yeah, I think that highlights how important it is to approach these AI tools with a critical eye. We still need to verify information, carefully edit outputs, and just make sure that the AI is working in alignment with our goals. So let's shift gears a bit and talk about Notion. Both of the articles praise it as a powerhouse for knowledge management. It's basically become my central hub for everything, from episode planning and guest management to storing research and scripts.
I think what's really impressive about Notion is Notion AI. The We Tested 50-Plus AI Productivity Tools article describes it as a built-in research assistant. It can do things like summarize long articles, pull answers from your entire Notion workspace, and even generate content based on prompts.
Yeah, I've been experimenting with Notion AI for script writing, and it's been a huge time saver. But the best AI productivity tools in 2025 article takes it a step further and talks about the power of Notion AI Q&A. So imagine being able to ask a question like, what were the key takeaways from my interview with guest name? And have Notion instantly surface those insights from your notes.
Wow. That level of efficiency could be totally transformative for podcasters. It just frees up so much of your time and mental energy so you can focus on the more creative and strategic elements of your podcast. And speaking of efficiency, why don't we dive into some AI tools that can help streamline the transcription and editing process, which we all know can be pretty tedious.
Totally.
Yeah.
The 8 of the best AI productivity tools article really sold me on Otter.ai. I used it for a recent interview and was blown away by the accuracy. It not only transcribed the entire conversation, but it generated a really useful summary of the key points.
Otter.ai is definitely a popular choice, but the 2025 article introduces another tool called Fireflies. And while Otter.ai seems to be more geared towards solo podcasters transcribing interviews, Fireflies has a stronger focus on meeting management and tracking key topics, which could be super helpful for teams or podcasts with multiple hosts.
Yeah, that's a really important distinction. Choosing the right tool really depends on your specific needs and workflow. Like if you're working with a team, Features like topic tracking and shared notes become even more valuable, and I think for podcasters in general, both tools could really speed up that editing process.
Absolutely. Like, imagine having a rough transcript that you can just quickly scan to identify key segments or pull out quotes. That could save you hours of listening and scrubbing through audio. And then once your episode is polished and ready to go, the next challenge is getting it in front of your listeners.
For sure, that's where Buffer comes in. The 8 of the Best AI Productivity Tools article highlighted it for its AI-powered social media management. And its AI assistant can really help you repurpose your content across platforms, which is so crucial for podcast promotion.
What I find so compelling about Buffer, and this is something that the 2025 article emphasizes, is its ability to tailor content to match the style of each platform. So it's not just blasting the same message everywhere, it's understanding the nuances of each platform and engaging your audience in a way that feels really authentic.
Right.
And it's so easy to just replicate the same content across all platforms, but that rarely leads to meaningful engagement. So Buffer's AI assistant can help you craft those targeted messages that resonate with the specific audience that you're trying to reach on each platform.
Yeah, it's all about working smarter, not harder. You've already put in all this effort to create a great episode, so why not leverage AI to help you get the most out of it? So as we kind of wrap up our look at these AI tools, I'm curious to get your take on the biggest takeaways for podcasters, especially those who are just starting to explore these technologies.
That's a good question. I think the most important thing is to really understand what your needs and goals are first. Don't feel like you have to jump on every single AI bandwagon that comes along.
No.
Take a step back
Right.
and figure out which areas of your podcasting workflow could really benefit from AI.
Yeah, I love that. It's so easy to get caught up in the hype and feel like you need to be using all the shiny new tools. But ultimately, the most effective tools are the ones that actually solve your problems and help you achieve your goals.
Exactly. And it's also important to remember that AI is constantly evolving. Like, what's cutting edge today might be obsolete tomorrow. So it's really about staying curious, staying informed about new developments, and being willing to adapt.
It's a lot like podcasting itself, right? Always learning and adapting to new trends and technologies. And speaking of new trends, all 3 of these articles we've been looking at sort of hint at a future where AI plays an even bigger role in podcasting.
Oh, yeah, for sure. And one thing that I find particularly fascinating is this idea of AI agents. Like, imagine having an AI that could handle tasks like scheduling recordings, responding to listener emails, or even negotiating sponsorship deals. The 2025 article talks about a future where AI is seamlessly integrated into every aspect of podcasting, which would free up creators to focus on what they do best, like crafting compelling content.
Yeah, it's exciting and a little bit mind-boggling to think about how AI might reshape the podcasting landscape in the next few years. It really raises some big questions about the future of audio storytelling.
Absolutely. Like, how will AI impact the relationship between podcasters and their listeners? Could AI help personalize the listening experience by tailoring content recommendations or even generating custom episodes based on individual preferences? And what about the potential for AI to create entirely new forms of audio entertainment? It's pretty wild to think about.
It really does feel like we're on the cusp of a new era in podcasting, where AI empowers us to create and experience audio content in ways we never even imagined before.
Absolutely. But with any powerful technology, we need to use AI responsibly and ethically. We need to be mindful of potential biases and prioritize human creativity and connection.
I totally agree. Okay, so I think it's time to bring it all together and highlight those top 5 AI tools that we talked about today. What do you say? Ready for a countdown?
I'm ready. Let's do it.
Okay, coming in at number 5, we have Buffer. The AI assistant is a game changer for anyone who wants to step up their social media game. And for podcasters, it's a must-have for promoting your episodes across platforms and really connecting with your audience.
For sure. And at number 4, we have a tie between Otter.ai and Fireflies. Both of them offer fantastic transcription and summarization features that can save you a ton of time. So whether you're a solo podcaster transcribing interviews or part of a team that's managing a bunch of different recordings, these tools are essential.
And at number 3, we have Notion. It's way more than just a note-taking app. It's a full-blown knowledge management system with powerful AI features that can really streamline your research planning and content creation. It's the perfect central hub for podcasters to organize your ideas, manage your guests, store your scripts, and basically unlock new levels of productivity.
Yeah, Notion's definitely a favorite of mine. And coming in at number 2, we have Claude 3.5, the speed, the access to recent information, and those advanced reasoning capabilities make it a really fantastic AI assistant, especially for podcasters who need to stay ahead of the curve.
Okay, drum roll please.
Yeah.
Our number 1 AI tool for podcasters is ChatGPT, even though it has its quirks. And you definitely need to double-check the outputs sometimes. ChatGPT is just so versatile and easy to use, and it can handle so many different tasks.
I think that's a great list. It really highlights how AI can transform the way we approach podcasting and make it more efficient, more engaging, and more accessible for everyone.
I totally agree. But before we wrap things up, I want to leave our listeners with a final thought. We've talked a lot about how AI can help with the practical side of podcasting, but I think it's also important to remember that AI is a powerful tool for storytelling.
That's such a good point. As we continue to explore AI in podcasting, we need to think about how these tools can not only make us more productive, but also elevate our storytelling and help us connect with our listeners on a much deeper level.
It's about using AI to unlock new creative possibilities, to really push the boundaries of audio storytelling, and to craft those narratives that resonate with our audience.
I love it.
And it's exciting to see that some podcasters are already doing some really cool stuff with AI, like experimenting with AI-generated soundscapes and music to create a more immersive listening experience, or even using AI to personalize content and tailor episodes to specific listeners.
Yeah, it's amazing to see how people are pushing the boundaries of the medium with AI. I think we're really just getting started. And as these tools become even more sophisticated and easier to use, I can't wait to see what new formats and genres emerge.
Me too. But before we wrap up this deep dive, I want to make sure our listeners know exactly what to do next.
Absolutely. So for all the podcasters listening, embrace the power of AI. Don't be afraid to play around with these tools. See how they fit into your workflow and explore new ways to engage your audience.
And remember, the best tools are the ones that solve your specific problems and help you achieve your creative vision. So take some time to figure out what your pain points are, do some research on the different tools available, and don't be afraid to ask other podcasters for recommendations.
And it's super important to stay up to date on what's happening in AI. Things change so quickly. Subscribe to newsletters, follow AI experts on social media.
And most importantly, never forget about the human element of podcasting. AI is an amazing tool, but ultimately it's there to support your creativity and your connection with your audience.
I couldn't have said it better myself. Use these tools to enhance your workflow, to experiment with new formats and ideas, and to tell stories that resonate with your listeners.
And we want to hear from you. Have you tried any of the tools we talked about? What are your favorites and how have they impacted your podcasting process?
Until next time, keep learning, keep creating, and just be open to learning and adapting as the technology evolves.
Totally.
Welcome back to the King Value Radio Network. I'm your host, Sandy.
And I'm your other host, Carl. Sandy, we are getting loads of calls today about the fresh new $1 Double Crispy Cheesy Burger.
Well, hello. With 2 flame-broiled patties, crispy onions, and cheesy sauce for only $1, that's no surprise.
Jim from Tucson, you're on the air.
Yeah, hi guys. I just want to say I took your advice. Went to Burger King. I got a new double crispy cheesy burger for $1. I couldn't be happier.
Oh, congratulations. Say, Jim, what was your favorite part of the delicious new double crispy cheesy burger? The flame fresh taste.
Well, I'll tell you, it had 2 big flame broiled patties, plus it had crispy onions and cheesy sauce too. It was really delicious.
Oh, don't forget the price, Jim.
Oh yeah, and it only cost $1. It's probably the best purchase I ever made.
Probably, Jim.
Okay, definitely.
Yeah, there it is.
Yeah.
There it is.
Get the new double crispy cheesy burger with double the flame fresh taste.